Hello, this is Meresa Salisbury coming to you on this very special Action Monday, Labor Day. I am the Mason County Coordinator for the Joe Biden campaign in Michigan, and I'm going to talk to you today about the roots of Labor Day and what it means to us today. So let's talk about Labor Day, or the working man's holiday. Now, there are three facts you may never have heard or known about Labor Day. Labor Day was first celebrated in 1882, and it was signed into law as a federal holiday by a Democrat president, President Cleveland, 12 years later in 1894. This was after 23 states had adopted the holiday. Then in 1968, another Democrat president, President Johnson, made the date official as being the first Monday in September. In 1882, was the first Labor Day parade or march. Between 10 and 20,000 people were present. One of its original organizers was the Federation of Organized Trades and Labor Unions, or who we know today as the American Federation of Labor. So what have unions done for us? What is it that organized labor how has it helped us today? It has meant higher wages, it has meant safer working conditions, it's meant the end of child labor, and it has also meant the 5-day work week. Although we have come a long way, there are still many challenges that we are facing, especially under the current administration. One of which is the attack on living wages and worker benefits. If you've been paying into Social Security, which I would think most of you that are listening to this today have been, there has been talk by the current administration about ending the payroll tax. There are some that say that if that happens, this could mean the end of Social Security by 2023. And let's talk about the infringement of safety. There has been a permitted movement by the USDA to allow an increase in line speeds at poultry processing facilities by 25%. Worker rights are under fire under the current administration. But what can you do? Well, one thing you can do is vote. Make sure you research who your politicians are that you're putting in office, all the way from local offices up to the top as President of the United States. If you have not registered to vote, and you're in Michigan, check out the link that you can see here to register to vote. Additionally, if you have registered to vote, check out that same link to see if you've received your mail-in ballot, or when you should have received your mail-in ballot, and when your clerk has received your completed ballot. Something else that you can do is volunteer. You can volunteer by calling or going into your local Democrat office, your coordinators such as myself, or talk to your union about what you can do as a group to support a candidate. In Mason County, you can find the Mason County Democrat office at 307 South James Street in Ludington. The office is open Monday through Saturday, noon to 6. And you can also find the Mason County Dems on Facebook and Twitter. Don't forget, I'm a resource for you too. Feel free to call me with any concerns, with questions, and of course, to see about what you can do to volunteer. Today, there was a wonderful event between Joe Biden and the AFL-CIO. Keep in mind, the AFL was one of the original organizers for the very first Labor Day parade. Check out this link to see the recorded edition of the virtual event that took place today. And keep in mind to be aware of what candidates stand for when you're casting your vote for them. So Joe Biden, what has he stood for? He has stood for the $15 an hour federal minimum wage. He believes everybody should have access to affordable, worthwhile health insurance. And he also believes in the power of unions to organize, as well as the need for them to protect their members. You know, one thing I like to discuss are the values of the Joe Biden campaign set forth by Joe Biden. Compassion, faith, resiliency, empathy, kindness, humility, joy, respect, inclusion, dignity, and no malarkey. Thank you for joining me on this special edition.